This is my senior night.
Oh. Seems good at me. a smile on your face. I'll come back to you all day long.
Well,
Nothing on the bus. What I did was, when I got on the bus, I just started goofing off. I was just talking to guys. Yeah. You guys got me. Oh, I'm so jealous. So I just started goofing off on the bus. Spencer. Oh my God. Bro. Are you serious? I did not think you would make the trip up here. How long of a drive was it? Here? From where? You guys came from Toronto? I mean, we're in Ocean City house. We're halfway. Halfway. I mean, I love Ocean City. What? Why?
No button set.
Oh, yeah. The amount of time it took for me to get down here and see my bus, it took like 3 hours. It took like 3 hours. It was a crazy time. I just sat on my phone.
Anthem?
And didn't do anything. I didn't sleep. I stayed up all night.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's NPSSAA 3A Baseball State quarterfinal matchup between the number 8 seeded Marriotts Ridge Mustangs and your number 1 seeded Decatur Seahawks. If I can have everyone's attention for some very important announcements. Decatur High School welcomes everyone to today's game. As each team represents their respective schools, we remind you that honoring the values of sportsmanship is the essence of every athletic contest. We ask you to accept the responsibility to defend this game by showing respect for players, respect for coaches, respect for officials, and respect for those around you. Your support and cooperation will allow all athletes involved in this game to achieve and demonstrate their best. Worcester County Public Schools' #1 priority is to ensure the safety and security of our players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Help us keep our facilities and athletic venues safe by immediately reporting any safety concerns to law enforcement or school administration. Please be aware, this contest is being live streamed with both audio and video. Conversations in the stands may be audible on the live stream, so please be mindful when you person cheering or commenting on the game. Remember, if you see something, say something. Thank you and enjoy the game. Now, if you'll please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. We ask that all gentlemen remove all hats and head coverings for the duration of the anthem. Now let's meet our starters. First, for the visiting Marriotts Ridge Mustangs. Leading off and playing left field, number 16, Jared Ober. Batting second and playing right field, number 11, Griffin Roussel. Batting third and playing third base, number 3, Chase Camerman. Batting fourth and doing the catching duties, number 12, Jonah Obitz. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 8, Logan Anderson. Batting sixth and the designated hitter, number 23, Luke Williams Abrams. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, number 17, Jack Coughlin. Batting eighth and playing first base, number 7, Adam McFarland. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 10, Trevor Graham. The Mustang starting pitcher is number 9, Luca Obitz. The Mustangs are coached by Paul Eckert, Josh Molnar, Stan Gerson, and Eric Brown. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Decatur Seahawks. Leading off and playing right field, number 6, junior Waylon Hopgood. Batting second and playing second base, junior number 15, A.J. Cobb. Batting third and doing the pitching, senior number 7, Gus Kroll. Batting cleanup and playing right field, junior number 24, Lucas Loring. Batting fifth and playing shortstop, senior number 8, Ryan McLaughlin. Batting sixth and playing third base, senior number 10, Owen Conner. Batting seventh and playing first base, senior number 22, Stephen Wade. Batting eighth and doing the catching, junior number 5, Ryder Swanson. And batting ninth, playing center field, junior number 12, Caden Shockley. The Seahawks are coached by Rich Farrow, assisted by Mike Shockley, Dan DeBron, Ken Don, and Big J. Hilton. As previously mentioned, today's game is being live streamed. Share it with friends and family that are not here tonight. YouTube.com/FDHS Sports, or go to YouTube.com and search FDHS Sports to get you all the play-by-play and live action.
All right, well, we're here. Quarterfinal playoff game today between the 19-2 Stephen Decatur Seahawks and the 13-9 team from Marriotts Ridge, whose nickname I'm not sure of. Looking forward to it. Many thanks to Jamie Greenwood for coming out and doing the awesome announcing today. He gets me fired up, man. I hope everybody else is fired up too. Should be a great game. It's about 68 degrees at game time. Feels a lot colder than that, though.
Yes, it does.
Pretty good wind blowing out to left right now, but it's been blowing in from right at times as well. So we'll see how that affects the game today. Gus Kroll on the mound for Decatur. His second appearance here in the playoffs. Had a bit of a rough start against Crofton, but we came back and won that game. Gus has been super solid all year. The rest of the lineup is basically the same. Ryder Swanson behind the dish there. We got infield from right to left, Stephen Wade at first base, A.J. Cobb at second, Ryan McLaughlin at short, Owen Conner at third, and the normal outfield, well, we got Lucas Loring playing left today since Kroll's on the mound. Caden Shockley in center, Waylon Hopgood in right. So looking forward to a big one here, man.
I am, man. I am. Look, hey, it's glad to be back. I'm Tyler Riley doing the color today. Mike Hughes, my main man.
Thank you.
Yeah, little Harry Callis, Richie Whitey Ashburn.
Right.
We talked about all year. We've really been enjoying it, and we're thankful for another game to broadcast, man. We're hoping We've tried to get them to commit if we can get a day off work if they get to the state semis on Tuesday if they win.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's happening.
We'll have to run it. We'll have to run it by our superiors.
Yeah.
But it's been a great season, and we really enjoyed it. And we hope it continues, at least for the boys today, if not for us. So
Exactly. So Marriotts Ridge from Marriottsville, Maryland, about 2 hours and 45 minutes away from here, just west of Baltimore. About 1,600 students got here with playoff wins over Manchester Valley and then a 3-1 win over Centennial in the last game in 11 innings. Decatur, a 10-4 or a 14-4 win over Crofton, followed by a 10-4 win over Chesapeake and Arundel. So we're all set to go, and Jared Ober, the left fielder, is up to bat.
It was good to see. We want Gus attacking the strike zone early with a fastball. He labored a little bit, might have been a little bit of nerves there against Crofton. I think he's had a big workload this year. Obviously, he's hit 4 homers, and he's homered 2 or 3 times while he's pitched. So we'd love to see that again today, for sure.
Oh, not sure where that one was. Jared Ober leading off, going to University of Maryland, studying mechanical engineering. So we'll be letting you know these Marriotts Ridge kids what their plans are for next year, at least the seniors. Some smart kids, man.
Well, it sounds like, I mean, their leadoff guys way smarter than you and I could ever dream to be. So you say University of Maryland engineering, I'm out, And
got him looking there for strike 3, out number 1. And as they're throwing it around the infield, Kinnair's throw goes a little wide, and McLaughlin snares it with his bare hands.
Well, that's a very important right hand there. So we want to be real smart about that. What Bull Durham,
just an athletic
Crash
move.
Davis, he told Nick LaLouche, what he say? If you're gonna hit somebody, you better be with your non-throwing hand. You better be with your left hand. Too much riding on it.
He looks all right. So Roussel grounds this one in the hole between short and third, and that's going to be a base hit for Griffin Roussel, the right fielder.
Yeah, Marriotts Ridge, I mean, they're not real flashy, fundamentally sound both offensively and defensively. They throw strikes. You're not going to see many of their guys on a bunch of PBR lists or things of that nature, but that does not matter. 1 through 9, they're going to grind at bats. They don't strike out a whole lot. And defensively, they're about as crisp as you can get. When the scouting reports and word that around the block and the text changes, they're not going to make mistakes defensively. So
that brings up the third baseman, Chase Cameraman, a junior, number 3.
The key for Gus today, and he's thrown I'd say 2 or 3 fastballs right at the knees early. It was up with that last offering, but the key for him, use your infield defense. You're not going to find a more solid Bayside Conference defense behind you. In terms of glove work, arm strength, and stuff like that. So he needs to pitch to contact, in this whole outing, and hopefully it's a long one.
Yeah. Gus comes into the game with an ERA of 1.58. Record of 4-1 on the mound this year. He's gotten it done. Carried the team really at the beginning of the season, and the end of the season got hot again at the plate. Like you said, 4 home runs on the year for him. So really all-around great season for him.
Just missing off the plate there. We talked to Ryder, and he's done a great job and has really, really tightened things up behind the plate second half. We don't want to see him pull strikes out of the zone there just because there's runner on. You want to still stick it, see the runner out of your peripheral vision, and still get strikes. Don't take strikes away.
So he goes full count to Cameraman now. We'll see what happens. See if they put the runner in motion over there. There's not a lot of a lead. And he does go, and that ball's fouled off.
Roussel he's one of their better athletes. I mean, he's got good foot speed, but he's good base stealer too. You know what I mean? Quality base runner. So I'd look for him in motion here again.
He stays this time, and that one's fouled off again. Marriotts Ridge are the Mustangs I see on their jersey. My apologies for not finding that out before the game. You get what you pay for, right? That's what we always say.
I know.
You know?
Look, we're good enough for who it's for. You know what I mean? That we're going to make sure we tighten it up with our names and everything by the third inning. We're usually all right by the third inning.
Right. So 3-2 here. The cameraman will do it again after he's fouled off a couple pitches in a row. And that one's up high, grounded right back to Gus. The second for one, over to first, in time for two. And Decatur sits him down 1-2-3 in the first inning. They'll be coming up to bat. We'll come right back in just a minute.
All right, as our Seahawks head into the bottom of the first inning after an awesome double play ball, pitch count saver for Gus Kroll there. We're going to talk real quick about the Seahawks' offensive keys to this game today, Mike. So number one, right off the top, don't swing too big. Okay, you got wind is obviously out of the east, southeast, and that means it's blowing out the left towards the softball field. So naturally, what's a hitter going to do, especially a righty? He's going to get big. So you want to make sure you keep it simple, short to the ball, drive the middle of the field. Another thing they want to do is use their top end speed, especially with Shockley, Waylon Hobgood, A.J. Cobb. These guys have plus speed. I'm talking on the pro scale. On the 20-80, they're 70 to 80. I mean, it's no exaggeration. They run at pro level speed. So they need to get on, wreak some havoc, and they'll be in good shape to get to the first state semifinal since 2013. 2013. Mr. Kinnear, get that. Let's get that optic up there.
Throwing that picture up?
We're going to get the picture up of the 2013 guys, or we'll do it next inning. All right,
we'll do it.
We got to give a shout out to all those boys.
Yeah.
Dallas Harrington, Grant Donahue, Justin Meekins, and Mr. May, Chase Church, earned Mr. May. He walked off the regional semifinal and the regional final to get us the state semifinal.
Right on.
Back-to-back walk-off hits for Chase Church.
Only Decatur team to make it that far.
Yeah, only one. So we hope that changes. We hope it changes today.
So leading off, as usual, is the right fielder, Waylon Hobgood. He and A.J. Cobb set the table all year long. Been on base at a better than 50% clip, as we say pretty much every broadcast. Waylon, just a prototypical leadoff hitter. Really gets it done for these guys.
And Waylon's going to try and at least most times he's going to see 5 pitches in his first at bat, even his first 2 at bats. He is the old school leadoff mentality. He wants to show the rest of the guys what's being offered usually by the starter.
Yeah. He's down here 1-2 early. Decatur going with their normal lineup. Hobgood, Cobb, and Kroll will come up first 3. And then it'll be Lucas Loring, the RBI machine, Ryan McLaughlin, University of Delaware commit, Owen Kinnear, the Goldie Beacom commit, Stephen Wade, who's had some key hits here in the playoffs, Swanson and Shockley. And just like you called,
he's worked it back full.
He's worked it back.
He's worked it back full. He's got sneaky pop too. That's another talking about keys of the game. Waylon is one of those that he can get big. He can hit the ball out of here.
He hit
but
a
his swing
bomb.
on tape measure bomb.
Yep. And this one's popped just behind third base. Shortstop struggling a little bit in the wind and makes a nice play, falling down there for the out.
It was a nice at bat there by Waylon, but like we just said, and we were talking about, a little bit big there, especially with 2 strikes. You want to try and hit the top half of the baseball, use your speed. You pop up, you really can't run. So.
So that brings up A.J. Cobb, the number 2 hitter. A.J. hitting .452 on the year. Leads the team in stolen bases with 12. Great defense. Great pitcher, too. Can't even get on the mound.
Yeah, he's a versatile player defensively for the Seahawks. Can play up the middle anywhere.
He fouls the first pitch off. He came in against Crofton, right?
Yeah, he finished. Yeah, he came in, and then Brooks Kendall finished it off. So he'll run it up 83, 85 on the mound, too.
Yeah.
So another kid we talked about plus speed, and when you wear orange cleats, you better be able to run.
Yeah. This one's grounded to third. Third baseman fields it, throws to first, and he's got him for out number 2. Nice play there by cameraman.
Hey, having competitive bats, you're going to make outs. You want to be able to make outs while using your strength. So hit a top spin grounder right at the third baseman there. It's kind of tough luck, but when you're able to run and days like this when it's windy, you want to make sure you're playing to your strengths. So
that brings up the pitcher Gus Kroll. Gus comes into this game batting .367, 4 home runs on the year, 22 RBIs. Christopher Newport.
Yeah, he's going down to Newport News this fall, play for CNU. They're getting a good one. Dual guy right off the top.
Yeah. Takes a strike there. It's supposed to be a beautiful campus, from what I understand.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and a quality program. I mean, we had several battles with them between my days at SU. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they no matter where you're playing, there, here, or neutral site, it's going to be a quality game to see. That's for sure. So,
Luka Obitz on the mound for Marriotts Ridge. Looks like he's bringing it pretty good, maybe low 80s. Most likely we'll find him. Try to get an official reading on it. Luka going to Georgia Tech next year for engineering. It's just another real smart kid.
Brains, man. Good for him. And
and he's throwing to his brother.
Putting it to use. He's not sitting in a broadcast booth on a day it feels like March. But
up high for strike 3. And Decatur goes down 1-2-3 in the first as well. So at the end of 1, it's 0-0. We'll be coming back. All right, we're coming back here in the top of the second. A quick first inning. It's going to bring Jonah Obitz up to the plate, the catcher. Catching his brother today. Luka is on the mound, and Jonah is catching. And shout out to their mom for giving us all this information on these.
Oh, that's great.
Players.
Hey, they had a homemade battery, man. That makes bullpen sessions a little simpler.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or more agitating for them, whichever one wants to get more work in. So I'm sure it's Luka. You know, all pitchers always want to wear us catchers down.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
Jonah is only a sophomore. He flies this to right field. Hobgood is under it. It'll be tough in the wind. And he cannot snag it. Drops it, and Obitz is going to second on the drop fly ball.
It looked like off the jump. I don't think he saw it off the bat real well. and then floated. He was floating the whole time. You know, even if you're indecisive, you want to be aggressive getting to a spot, even if you are not comfortable with where that spot is actually going to be. If you float, then the it's constantly moving. So let's see if they can thwart that and get out of it here.
So that brings up the center fielder, Logan Anderson, number 8. Logan going to the Marine Reserves, and that one's past Ryder Swanson into the backstop. The runner's going to move up to third now on the pass ball.
It's a tough break there for Gus, and Ryder trying to stick, but like we said, when runners on base, getting a little jumpy, wanting to move a little too much, you got to slow the heart rate down. Get the strike, and you can see the runner in front of you there in scoring position anyway. So
infield's corners in right now. Like I said, Logan Anderson going to the Marine Reserve, so we thank him for his service.
Absolutely, that's hats off to him, man.
Senior awards night last night here at Decatur, and we had 5 young men going into the Marines and 1 going into the Army. And they all got nice ovations.
That's great.
They were here with their recruiters. It was really cool to see. So Anderson draws a walk, and we got first and third with nobody out here. And we'll see what Marriotts Ridge does in high school ball. That's usually you're going to see some sort of set play put in motion here. Key for Decatur here is keep the runner at third from scoring. It's early, you know. If he does score, you know, you want to make sure on these set plays that you're not compiling mistakes. You want to make sure you're crisp, know the play, and keep the runner at bay at third base. And the runner goes immediately, and Swanson throws down. It's cut off by Cobb. Throw to third.
Got him.
Is he out?
Safe call.
All right, we might have a check here. Looked like he might have come off the bag down there. We'll see if they check. Appeal with the home plate umpire. I don't know. Canair's not protesting too much down there.
Yeah, we'll see if we can we get it. Is there an angle replay we can get there? It was a bang play. Nice throw by Ryder, hitting AJ in stride. AJ saw him break 2 steps deep. Backdoor pick. I tell you, that the third base coach has got to see that throw, and he has got to be more aware of that because AJ is literally coming across in his view. So he needs to see what the second baseman is doing there. So he almost got his runner picked off.
We got a replay coming. That might be a blind spot. I don't know if we'll be able to see it.
A little bit. Let's see.
But here comes
AJ with a quick transfer. Ovitz got down the line. Ooh.
I can't tell if he's off there or
Can't
not,
tell
man.
the daylight. It was close. It's hard for him to see out behind the mound there in a second.
Safe. That's a tough call. Even with 3 umps, there are some spots where they're not right on top of the play, and that's one of them. So it'll be runners on second and third here for Luke Williams Abrams. Luke going to St. Mary's of Maryland next year, a senior designated hitter. And he takes strike here. That's strike 2.
This is where you want to strike out here. You get yourself back in order, right? Don't be too pretty 0-2.
Curveball into left, base hit. It's going to be a run. And Marriotts Ridge is going to go up 1-0 here.
Yeah, Gus hung a breaking ball there, 0-2. Like we said, you don't want to be too pretty, and definitely nothing in a swing path up. So he did not get behind the breaking ball. He struggled with the breaking ball last outing against Crofton, so we want to tighten that up, but that was too much played, 0-2.
All year long, I'm always making him hit the fastball, man. He didn't look good on either of the first 2 pitches that were both fastballs. And then the curveball hung a little bit, and he knocks it in the left to put him in the lead. So
I mean, hats off. It was shoulder high elevated, but still it was elevated. You know, you want to try and spike that one there.
So that brings up Jack Coughlin, and we're first and third again. And this is what I mean, that he's behind that fastball right there immediately. So keep bringing it.
It's early. Stick with your initial game plan. Don't panic. Get a ground ball.
Up high here. Yeah, Decatur fell behind in both playoff games, right? They were down 1-0 to Crofton, and then down 4-1 to Chesapeake before coming back to win both by hefty margins. There you go. Way ahead here, even, I guess. 2-2.
I would almost think middle in here, try and get under his hands a little bit, ground ball to Owen, something like that.
I always felt, anytime, close move over there. Anytime a guy's a little late on the fastball, just keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. He's not going to get that bat head out in front, to get anything solid on that. But what do I know, man?
Hey, and I was going back to what we were saying about playing here at Stephen Decatur and the wind, especially an east wind off the ocean. Just get a couple text messages a second ago. It said the ball literally looked like it hit a wall.
Really?
Yes.
Got up over top the school.
It got up over top the school and literally hit a wall.
Yeah. It's tough, man. Our guys you would think are used to that. It's windy pretty much every day.
I tell you, you rep it every day. They, Coach Farrow and
I don't know
Coach Shockley, they're repping it every day, but
can really get used to it,
Right.
It's doing crazy things. All year long, it's been blowing out to left or blowing across the right, and today it decides it's going to blow in from right a little bit. We look at the flag right now. It's coming almost
right at the pitcher's mound on the softball field. So we got a softball score, by the way. They're playing at home today.
I can see the guest score is 2, but I can't see the home score. It's 2-0 over there, it looks like. We are trailing.
Okay.
So that's over on the – can we talk about that broadcast situation over there?
Oh, it's
Delmarva Sports Network got that game today.
Yeah, nice.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's big day here on campus. It's 2-0 now.
Yeah, scoreboard saying 2-0. So they're doing a little first base repair over there. Runner dove back in, knocked the base out of its little
rectangular,
whatever you want to call that.
rectangular.
So we're back to it here.
And we need an engineering major to come over here and tell us
just
about
talked to one of these kids. The runner fakes. The pitch is strike 3. And he stayed with the fastball, kept it low, and looked like it was on the inner half. Nice pitch there. Out number 1.
Yeah, that's the strikeout that you're looking for. Now you get a ground ball double play, and you're out of the inning only down 1. I think runner at first deked like he was stealing there,
right.
And I'm not so sure that didn't catch the peripheral of the batter there and cause him to, flinch a little bit and strike out looking.
Yeah. So here comes the first baseman, Adam McFarland. McFarland, the runner is off here. He squares the bunt, pulls back, throw to second. Cobb cuts it off. Everybody's going to be safe there, so it's going to be second and third here with 1 out.
You want to be real careful. AJ did a nice job knocking that throw down. You just did your first set play with a second base cut. You might want to think about like an arm fake pump.
It's so tough to defend the first and third in high school, man. The arms just aren't quite there. And that's pulled down the third base line. That's going to score 2. That's going to be our base hit for Adam McFarland, and Marriotts Ridge goes up 3-0.
And that's a textbook.
Second inning.
That's a textbook offensive sequence there for the Mustangs. First and third, they get the stolen base. Obviously, with 1 out, that takes a double play out of the equation, and then a big 2 RBI single there for McFarland.
So that's going to bring out Coach Shockley for a mound visit here, and it looks like they're going to make a change. It looks like Foster Smith's going to come into second base.
AJ's
Cobb's going to go to the mound.
Yep.
Or no, they're going to warm up AJ and bring Foster Smith in. Kroll looks like he's going to stay on the mound.
14 for 15.
Yeah, that's what they did. They brought in Foster Smith to play second base so Cobb can go warm up.
Yeah, there you go.
They'll just re-enter him. So
always so confusing.
Yeah.
For non.
Right. For people.
Music teachers and health and alternative ed teachers.
Re-enter, Cobb can come out one time and then re-enter. All starters can re-enter one time. When Foster Smith comes out of the game next, he'll be done. If somebody comes in, there can only come out once.
Yeah, he's burned. Yeah, he's burned if he comes out. So
that brings up number 10, Trevor Grams, the second baseman.
Still same approach. Want to try and get a ground ball double play here.
Trevor is going to Clemson for mechanical engineering. All kinds of engineers on this team.
Fastball's been coming in the hand pretty decent, but I think our a little bit of inconsistent release points, some tough luck. That ball that was hit down the line there for the 2 RBI single wasn't hit that hard.
Nah. We had the infield
a little unlucky in the infield in there.
Let's check over the first. We didn't get McFarland in before he got a base hit there. McFarland is going to San Diego State University to study computer science over there on first base. And he's off, stealing. The throw from Swanson down to second is going to be it's going to skip into center field. And McFarland is safe at second.
Well, tough pick there for Foster. You know, he just enters the game, gets an in-between hop. Yeah. Ryder got rid of it quick, stood up a little bit, and let throw tailed, to the runner side, first base side of the bag. Yeah. So that's not much you can do there.
And there's a strike for Kroll for strike 3. And that'll be out number 2. We're back to the leadoff man, Jared Ober.
Ober definitely an upright stance, contact-oriented ball player.
Struck out his first time up.
Want to try and get out of the inning here, keep it at 3, strand that runner. 2 out RBIs can be backbreakers for teams.
Yeah. And that one's chopped high to third. Canaris got it, throws to first base, and that's going to be out number 3. But Marriotts Ridge pushes across 3 runs on 3 hits in top of inning number 2. 3-0 Marriotts Ridge. We'll be back.
All right, before we try and get this game all square at 3, we want to make sure we give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. We want to make sure that you all get the recognition you deserve for helping us put this together for our student athletes here at Stephen Decatur High School. Not just the baseball program, but all the sports in the fall, winter, spring. We thank you a lot, and we want to make sure that we'll get some names thrown out there later, and we wanted to make sure we got it in here early. So let's get some runs back.
Yeah, man. So here comes Lucas Loring, the cleanup hitter. RBI machine this year. He first pitch hitting, and he's going to be on with the base hits. Lucas 32 RBIs in 21 games this year, and immediately jumps on the first pitch, and he's on to start off the bottom of the second for Decatur.
He finds the barrel, long, lanky athlete, a little unorthodox with his pre-pitch stance, but he's on the barrel, and he is a guy you want up. I don't think I've ever seen him lead off. He's key to this offense with runners in scoring position.
Not a huge power hitter or anything, just gets it done, man. He gets it done. Made a mistake last inning. I said 3 runs on 3 hits. It was 2 hits and 1 error last inning. But 3 runs either way. I wasn't wrong there. So McLaughlin is up. Ryan McLaughlin, the shortstop today. University of Delaware commit. He yanks this one down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit too. So 2 consecutive base hits to start off the bottom of the second inning here. And Decatur's got a little something going.
Hey, it's early enough. It's the second inning. You can stay aggressive on early fastballs. And when you got guys that can hit the fastball and do it well, you like them staying in their game plan here. You know, it's not out of the question for this team to put up a crooked number in the blink of an eye. So
that brings
got
up
something cooking right now. They've answered.
Big Owen Kinnair here. Kinnair coming into the game batting .377 with 5 home runs on the season. Always say he's a legit power threat. This kid can take one out of here and make it 3-3 in the second.
Yeah, Obit's 80, 81, 82. You know, that velo, you're still hunting fastballs here. He does a nice job mixing. You know, he's got a 3-pitch mix, but, I mean, 80, 81, you're still hunting right now in the second inning.
And he jumps on that one, pulls it foul down the left field line.
Opened up just a little bit, but that was quick. Swing was quick, and he had his foot down.
Yeah.
So
he's seen it.
Yes, he is. Strong crosswind right now going to that softball field, boy. I mean, it feels like March today.
Yeah,
and
that flag is blown right at us right now, which would be straight in from right field. Now it's kind of back to the softball field again.
Yeah, Obit's a little bit falling off the mound there. He opened up a lot. You know, nice job by Kinnair seeing it out of the hand. But he's doing what pitchers should do. You know, he's sticking with a fastball right now. We just got to make sure we don't miss if we get one, you know, in the zone.
High up again. He's missing a lot up and in.
You don't want to take the aggressiveness out. We were just talking about how much we appreciated the aggressiveness early, but that's 3 misses, 3 bad non-competitive pitches there on misses to take him 3-1. I'm not so sure I'm not making him throw me a strike here.
No, he does. Yeah. So 3-2 now to Kinnair. They call this the payoff pitch.
Payoff pitch, man.
Lowering on second, McLaughlin on first, nobody out here. And Kinnair swings and fouls that one out of play.
And that's the one that you say he'd like to have that back.
Yep.
He got a center cut, belt high fastball there and fouled it straight back. So can't get too frustrated though. Got to flush it and move on to the next pitch here.
And struck him out for out number 1.
Like he might have put a little cut on that ball right there away from Owen. Yeah, that was the perfect pitch in that situation. I mean, Owen had just missed his fastball 4-seamer. So
that brings up Stephen Wade. Wade's had some big hits in the playoffs. Both games he's had big hits. And he ropes this into right field here. Is Loring going to come? Good arm in right field. Here comes the throw. It's cut off. And Loring's in. It's 3-1. Decatur pushes one across here. And Stephen Wade does it again.
Yeah, the prototypical senior Mr. Baseball, the mustache of all mustaches for high school players. Excellent job at attacking early, going to right. I tell you, that ball should not have been cut. That was thrown on a 1-hop rope to the plate. Here we go, right here.
Yeah, he'd have been out at home plate, I think, if that ball came through.
So Steven doing a nice job staying back, drives the fastball up in the zone to right. Now look at this throw. First baseman settles in. That ball is on a line on 1 hop to the catcher, and I think they get Lucas there if he does not cut that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Back live here, Ryder Swanson at the plate now. Runners still on first and second, 1 out. Swanson coming alive at the end of the year. Got a big home run in the Cape Henlopen game to put them ahead 2-1. Last game of the regular season. Batting average up in the 360s. Sitting, he's at 353 now with a home run on the year.
I love it when your catcher can hit anything over 300.
Yeah.
I mean, 275. He's called it pretty much every game, every inning this year. So.
And that's roped in the center. Here comes McLaughlin. The throw is going to come through, but not be in time, and it's 3-2 now. Decatur got a little something going.
Boy, we like that in this broadcast booth, seeing your catcher come up big, I tell you.
And he has this year several times.
Hats off to him. I know if you're Gus Kroll and anybody on that pitching staff, you're down 3-0 and your catcher comes up in an RBI spot. Absolutely terrorizing Obitz's fastball. The velo is not, it's just not hard enough to throw up by our hitters.
It's kind of in our wheelhouse. When you're at the high 70s, low 80s, that's our wheelhouse, man. And they're on him this time. The coach is going to come out. We got a pinch runner, Brogan Eastlack, coming in to run for Ryder Swanson, but we're going to have a meeting at the mound with Caden Shockley coming up. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, coming back here at bottom of the second, it's 3-2. Marriotts Ridge in the lead after scoring 3 in the top of the inning, but Decatur's come back with 2. Only 1 out now. Caden Shockley at the plate. Runners on first and second. And we'll see what he can do. That one's low and away. Up and in, low and away seems to be where Obitz is missing right now.
And he's not missing barrels either. That's a problem. When you're up and you're down, and then when you get it into the strike zone and you're getting barreled up, that's a recipe for disaster. So heck of an answer by the Seahawks right now in the bottom of the second inning.
Caden Shockley hot at the end of the year. He's got his average at 340. And he's ahead here 2-0. Looks like our softball team's up 3-2, right? Over next door.
Well, another nice answer over there.
3-2. Yeah. All right. Girls have had a great season. What is it? Bottom of the third inning over there. Decatur leads 3-2 next door at the softball field. And Shockley ropes that one in the center. Are they going to send Wade? I don't know if I would. And they don't. They hold him up. But that's 3 straight shots off Decatur bats, and the bases are loaded now with Waylon Hobgood coming up.
I tell you, they're getting fastballs and hitters counts. You know, you see as a coaching staff that your starter is struggling with fastball command, and he's been on guys that have been 3 straight barrels. You want to mix up and consider throwing a breaking pitch in a hitter's count, get somebody to chase.
You got to do something because they're on them right now.
Yeah, they've
the dugout. You can hear the dugouts going. Good speed on first and second. And that's roped in the left.
Over his head. Gone.
It's gone.
Slam.
It's gone. Hobgood. Second home run in 3 games. This one's a grand slam, baby. Decatur 6. Marriotts Ridge 3. Bring the log out. Let's go.
Hey, when you want to make runs at state championships, these are the types of swings that you have to have. No doubt about it, grand slam.
Man,
I'm telling you, that's 4 or 5 straight barreled fastball.
Yeah.
That is not what you want to see from your coaching staff. We just talked about it. You got to mix it up, make a change, and they waited 1 pitch too long. What a comeback.
I didn't see it off the bat. I was kind of lost it. I'm looking through a camera here, and there's a pole in front of me, and I just saw that left fielder turn and run, man. A bomb. Again. 6-3.
Hey, I like AJ's swing, but I'm gonna reference my days under playing at SU with Ron Sires and Troy Brohan and Doug Fleetwood. After a big swing like that, demoralizing swing with that speed, I'm dropping down a drag bunt for a hit right there.
Yeah. Third baseman's thinking so too. He's in on the grass.
Yep.
Cobb grounded out his first time up to third base.
That ball clanged. I think that went over the scoreboard, Mike. It hit the softball barrier fence.
And Cobb ropes this one too. This is in the left field for another base hit. Cobb takes a big turn. He don't want to do that. So what's that, 5 in a row?
That's six straight barreled fastballs. And what's his velo right now? Can we get a velo check? I mean,
not enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's turned into BP right now.
Yeah.
Everybody hits.
So now you're bringing up some more power with Gus Kroll, who's already gone yard 4 times. And that might be it for Luka Obitz.
Tell you, moments like that take you back to 2013, buddy. There was all sorts of character wins and character swings and moments during that season. And I tell you, there's some similarities here. Let's take a look. Hey, take a look at the screen.
Oh, my.
Look at that squad.
So what you're looking at is the last team to go to the semifinals from Stephen Decatur, 2013. And there's a familiar face in there in the back row.
18 to 22 and a half pound lighter face,
man.
But those were great times back then. And look, I got to give a shout out. Justin Meekins in the middle, went to Maryland and then transferred back to SU, played 5 years for the SU Seagulls.
Nice.
Chase Church, 2 over from him. He's had 2 walk-off hits, earned the nickname Mr. May. And Zach Adams, our catcher, down in the bottom left hand. You got Nate to the left, and then Zach Adams. Zach was actually 8th grade age. So during that year, he actually should have been an 8th grader.
Wow.
They bumped him up, and he was outstanding as a freshman catcher that year.
Yeah. Most important.
Yeah. We were looking at a picture of you, Coach. Coach Farrow's looking in right now, and Coach Farrow, you were much more svelte back in 2013. So, yeah, that's right. All keto from now to the end of the school year. You know what I mean?
Coach Tyler Riley in the background there, second from the right, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can't see. It's
right beside Mr. Garrett McGackey, who's a history teacher now at Bennett. Yeah.
I had forgotten about McGackey. Played ball at North Carolina High School.
And I think he holds the.
There you are right now, man.
Oh my goodness! Wow. That was.
Yeah, McGackey was a good ball player.
He was great. I think he holds the record. I'm not sure if Garrett's listening right now. He'll have to text me. For RBIs in a state championship game or a state playoff game, I think he had 10 RBIs in North Carolina state championship game.
I don't doubt it.
We'll have to get it. We'll have to get our stat guys looking at that. So
Andrew Garman is the new pitcher today. Andrew going to Towson next year, majoring in business. He comes in straight change for Luka Obitz, who's being DH'd for, so he'll go right into that 6th slot. And Luke Williams-Abrams will be designated hitter for him now. And that brings Gus Kroll, who jumps on the first one and takes it down the left field line. And that's in there. Hits the fence. Cobb at third, and they're going to hold him there. A double for Gus Kroll, and it just keeps going.
They're passing the torch offensively, and I tell you, they are not fooled with fastballs right now. We have talked before, and we didn't want to give it away, but the scouting report that you want to see is staying out of the center part of the plate with fastballs. You've got to locate down to our guys, and I tell you, it's they're capitalizing.
And now you got second and third for the RBI machine, Lucas Loring. Already 1 for 1 today. And, he
started this off. He led off the inning.
With a base hit. So they always say hitting's contagious. Seems so today. He's just behind that one. Infield in for Marriotts Ridge. They're going to try to stop the bleed.
Riley Calloway. They ran for Gus, just FYI.
Okay, Riley Calloway on second now. Still only 1 out. Loring chases there.
Hey, he's just as dangerous 0-2. I think he's more dangerous 0-2 than in hitters counts, to be totally honest with you.
Certainly doesn't faze him.
They just where he earns his money.
And he fouls that off.
Yeah, spoil for Lucas when he's down 1-2, 0-2. Then next thing you know, it's full. And next thing you know, it's on the barrel. So he works what they call quabs, quality at bats. Got the T-shirts printed.
Yeah. Takes that one up high. Looks like Garmin's velocity right around kind of the same as what we were getting with Luka Obitz, low 80s. High 70s. And that's fly to right field. That will probably score 1.
Down.
And it's down in the field of falls. That's going to score Cobb. Loring goes to second. Callaway over to third. It's 7-3 Decatur now.
Yeah, the ball died. It hit the wall out there in
Yeah.
right field. I mean, that goes down as a hit. That's a tough play for the right fielder there.
Couldn't see it because the umpire and the catcher were right in my line of sight. But when we get that press box, we'll be able to see it all right.
Oh, yeah. Brick
So-
backstop and screen netting. It's gonna be
McLaughlin
beautiful.
comes up. He jumped on the first pitch last time, pulled it down the left field line. Infield still in. And runners still on second and third and just one out. 7 runs across the plate this inning for Decatur. And they don't show any signs of stopping. We got a softball on the field, I think, out in the left field. Looks like, yeah, ball came over the fence.
Yeah, with Ryan here, you want to attack. You know, it's low 80s just like Obitz was and fairly flat. So you're looking for something you can drive. Big part of the field. Infield is in, so you definitely want to try and hit some backspin, elevate the ball.
So Decatur
from there.
in the playoffs, 33 runs in 3 games so far. We're only in the second inning of game number 3 as McLaughlin takes a strike.
Right, now you got to go to work. You had a center cut fastball there, just couldn't pull the trigger, but your job stays the same. You need to try and elevate a pitch. At least get the runner in from third.
We don't really know what the pitcher's got here. And he blows the fastball past McLaughlin for out number 2. Yeah, he hadn't gotten to a 2-strike count, so we hadn't thrown enough pitches to any batter to see what his full arsenal was. Kind of saw him fiddling with the ball in his glove. I thought maybe breaking ball, but comes back with a fastball for strike 3.
And he went and climbed the ladder a little bit higher than the pitch prior that Ryan took. So
that brings up Kinnair. Still runners on second and third. He takes strike 1. Owen struck out last time. Had a couple nice cuts. We were talking, looked like it might have been a cutter or some kind of slider that got him last time. See if we can get these ducks out on the pond, get him home. Swing and miss there, and he's down 0-2.
Shorten up a little bit. I mean, we talk about how critical 2-out RBIs can be when you're trying to get to the 3A state championship game. So I want to try and put something in play here if you're Owen.
Woo, just missed there. Nice pitch.
It's a quality competitive pitch there off the plate, but those are the misses that you want to see. Anything too far up and out, and it's just a dead take.
And that's going to be strike 3. Kinnair goes down, but Decatur pushes across 7 runs in the bottom of the second to go up 7-3. We'll be back in just a bit. All right, we're coming back here at the top of the third, 7-3. Decatur wins over on the softball field. The girls are winning 7-2. Is that what you said? Yeah, girls. Ava Snellsire on the mound. If you follow Decatur sports at all, the Snellsire name's one that should not be unfamiliar to you. Snellsire, only a sophomore. That team's loaded with young talent. Madison McGinnis saw she had the game-winning hit against Crofton in their last playoff game to win in the was it bottom of the 7th?
Yeah.
Or maybe it was extra innings. I'm not
no,
sure.
No, it was they went extras. It was
Yeah.
like the 9th or 10th inning because
close game.
Was there Coach Tammy Donaway, Madison's mom, and I coached minor softball together.
Oh, okay.
We were locked in over there.
Squibbed it right over the pitcher's head and drove in the winning run, man.
That's all it takes, man.
Yep.
Just find an open patch of green, and you're
sounds like they are
winners.
Doing well next door. So that brings up Griffin Roussel. Roussel, the right fielder, is 1 for 1 today. Yeah, you know, we were talking in the break. They need to shut him down right here. After you have a big inning like that, a big comeback, don't give him any hope.
Yeah, going into the heart of the order here, you want your key to get the lead out.
Yeah.
You know, show them that you've responded offensively, and then you're locked in defensively, and thwart any momentum that they could come back. I mean, they're this far into the playoff run for a reason, you know.
Yeah. I like that pitch stuff.
Yeah, that's what you want to see 0-2, 1-2, not a hanging breaking ball.
Right.
You know.
Ground ball to the right side. Cobb got it, throws to first, and that's out number 1. Love it. Yeah, you know, the fastball is the best pitch in the game. The curveball is the sexy pitch. You know, everybody's like, I got a curveball. It's a strikeout pitch. Fastball is the best pitch in the game, man.
Right. Talking about the Snellsire family, I mean, Hayden, he had a quality breaking pitch, but he lived fastball changeup.
Yeah.
And really, his changeup was plus.
Go a long
and just
way.
played up. When he was here, he's in the mid-90s now, but when he was here, he was mid-80s. But that made a fastball tick up, you know, 2-3 miles an hour with how good his changeup was.
So often young players fall into that, I get 2 strikes, I got to throw a curveball. And it always bothers me, you know. Fastball is the hardest pitch to hit for a lot of kids. So often I've seen, you know, somebody get 0-2, 1-2, throw that curveball, take some speed off, and the kid catches up with it and ropes it. Marriotts Ridge, 3 runs so far on 3 hits, but none of them have been shots, you know, like they haven't super hard contact. So I just keep throwing that heater.
Yeah, nothing was really smoked in those when they got their 3 runs. You know, it was just opportune time and finding holes. So just attack the strike zone.
Yeah. That's what he's done. This one is lined in the left field. As soon as we say that, they get a barrel on one.
But, you know, you're making them earn it. You tip your cap. He's on the barrel. You're not walking him, and then things start to compile. You know, you want to. They're going to hit it and hit it out. I mean, just like our offensive onslaught last inning, you tip your cap. I mean, when you get a team that barrels up 6-7, you know, swings in a row, it's law of averages. That's not going to happen a lot.
Right. So, Cameraman's on first with a base hit. That brings up the catcher Jonah Obitz. Jonah reached on an error last time. That was pulled up to McLaughlin, who fumbles it. Cobb picks it up, gets. They said he pulled his foot off the bag at second, and everybody's going to be safe. And here comes Farrow again.
I got to tell you, I don't know this umpire's name, but in the last 3 games, he and Coach Farrow are very familiar with each other.
They've become very friendly with each other.
Yeah, they have. There's been some question marks out there. I'm not real sure what the issue was here. We're going to try and get a replay in a second.
We should have an angle on this one from the first base camera.
All right, here we go. So there's the ball. It's hit right at Ryan. A little bit of an in-between hop. So AJ goes to grab it. Oh, and he's got it.
He's out.
He's got it. You want to
100%
out. That's a miss right there. But what you want to see AJ do is not necessarily rush to grab the ball and try and get the double play. The ball was booted and it's coming right at you. You want to secure and get and make sure that lead out is obtained. So
he's 100% out, but they're going to call him safe. Nobody saw it. Replay says he was out. I guess it's not really cool for me to heckle him on the broadcast.
We'll give him a friend. Well, they can write it in the eval. That's what I say, because you're talking to somebody who's had to go through that process before and answer the bell of
So,
running
look, and you know, we always
running
say
red hot.
These umps, they're high school umpires. They're going to make mistakes. They can't see everything. There's only 3 of them. Usually there's only 2 of them. So you got to go with what happens. And that brings up Logan Anderson here with nobody out, or 1 out. Sorry, men on first and second.
It's short memory. You know, short memory.
Yeah.
And Gus is attacking the zone right after him, and that's what you want to see. Short memory, get another ground ball, and get 2.
Fastball again. He was not a pretty swing on that fastball. Didn't look like he was anywhere close to it. And that's what he does. He fouls this one off. Nice pitch there.
Yeah, not too pretty. That 0-2 pitch right there, a little bit too much of the strike zone. We talked about it before. You want to climb a little bit or spike. You don't want to be right around bat path.
And
or just blow him away.
Yeah, gas him up right there. That's what I love the fastball, man. I've said it all season long. You know, love the fastball, especially when you're throwing it, low to mid 80s. Make him hit it. So that brings up Luke Williams-Abrams, the DH. Luke is 1 for 1 with the RBI and the run scored. And he fouls this one off. Now this kid looks like he's got a beat on the fastball. You might want to change it up with him. But
yeah. Who was the hitter before? What was his name?
That was Logan Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson was a little more defensive.
Yeah.
I mean, taking defensive cuts like he was down in the count already.
Yeah.
So
you got to watch the hitter, man. See how he reacts. See what he does, and then change it up based on that. And he looked like he had a healthy cut at the fastball right there. So. Tried to stair step him again. Not a bad pitch. 3 runs on 5 hits for Marriotts Ridge. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Decatur here. That was just a little low. So we forgot to mention Cobb did re-enter. So Foster Smith is out now. Cobb came back on second base and still be batting second. That was just low.
If AJ were to, he cannot, if he's taken out again, he's burned. So
yeah, he can't come out again, right? Foster can't come back in, so he's done. There's a strike. Nice pitch.
You're living right there. I mean, if he hits the ball out of the ballpark, it's still 7-6.
7-6, yeah.
So you don't want to see a walk here. I mean, not quite center cut, but I'm attacking him right now.
I do the leg lift and turn to second here. Runners are going to be moving. See if you can't catch him leaning. Do the leg lift and go to second.
Perfect time for it,
He doesn't. Runners go. That one's fouled off.
Nice job by Gus there. He was around the plate, but he wasn't belt high and center cut. He was a little bit elevated. Williams-Abrams just a hair late, fouled it straight back.
So do it again. 3 and 2, 2 outs here. Runners will be moving. And that's ball 4. So Gus continues to just not quite be sharp like he was all regular season.
Yeah, long year, and the wing can get a little bit fatigued, and you want to see him grind it out here and get out of the inning.
Yeah.
Get that 2-out, man. 2-out walks, leadoff walks, the bane of an existence of a pitcher.
Yeah. So Coughlin's up. He struck out last time. It looks like, right, I mean, you can see right there, just not quite catching up to the heat. So I keep coming.
In the mid-80s is good, but you want to tighten up the release point here. Ball sailed. So out of the hand, you see, that ball is already eye high, so it's not going to be quite as competitive.
Yeah. Strike 2. So 1 strike away from getting out of this unscathed. Fastball up high.
Yeah, here's the one now. Here's the offering that you might want to try. Maybe spike or breaking ball. You've got 1 to work with. And primary fastball here, though.
I still wouldn't do it. And he didn't, but
down with it.
Yeah, you got it. We were both kind of right. He spiked it, but it was a fastball. So here we are at 3-2 now again. 2 outs and the runners will be moving. And a swing and a miss for strike 3. Crow gets out of it without giving up a run. In the middle of the 3rd inning, Decatur 7, Marriotts Ridge 3. All right, coming back here in the bottom of the 3rd, Decatur 7, Marriotts Ridge 3. Stephen Wade leading off. Wade 1 for 1. Drove in the first run, I think, with a base hit in the right field. Jumped on the first pitch, later came around to score. And we were just talking about what a player he is. Just super solid, man.
He's the guy that you want to. He's had multiple senior moments during postseason play that you got to have from your 12th graders. You know, when you want to.
Had that nice diving stop at first base in the last game as well, defensively and offensively. And Stash can pitch too, man.
Stash, man.
You know,
Mr. Baseball, buddy.
Yeah. He can do a little bit of
some other Tom Selleck movies. Some other good Tom Selleck.
There aren't any. And he lines this one to right. Going backwards, Roussel, and he pulls it in. Almost got over his head. That ball was well hit.
He was positioned perfectly, but did not get a very good read on that pitch at all off the bat. He recovered nicely, though. And tough luck for Steven. That ball was in the gap.
Yeah, I don't know any Tom Selleck movies. All I know is Magnum P.I.
And I know he had a brief showing in Friends. Don't ask me why.
Yes,
I know that.
He did. Look, we watched every single episode of Friends in our house.
I don't feel so bad then.
So that brings up Ryder Swanson. Swanson, part of that string of 6 straight shots off of Decatur bats. And his pinch runner, Riley Calloway, or Brogan Eastlack, came around to score eventually too. So. And he ropes this one in the center. Looks like the center fielder Anderson's going to have it here pretty easily, and he does for out number 2.
That's a good swing on an elevated fastball there by Ryder, just off the end of the bat. And I mean, you can hear it with these bats. You know, it was off the end, but put a good swing on it.
Wow. All right, so we got a final in softball. North Dorchester takes down CMIT 11-0. My old school North Dorchester, Carol Hubbard, what a great job she's done there. What a season they're having. They move on to the semifinals.
Good for them, man. 1A baseball, we just got a report that Snow Hill is down 3-2 up in Northern Garrett, 5.5 hours away.
Yeah, 5.5-hour bus ride for them today. So Shockley's up with 2 outs here, and he's down 0-2 quickly. We finally get to see a breaking ball from Garmin. And I hear lots of cheering coming from the softball field, sounds like. And it doesn't look like it's our girls, I'm not sure. But 0-2 to Shockley. Curveball again, he hangs on.
That's what Caden has done. Look, that was a defensive swing, but he's going to foul off. He's second table setter in the 9-hole. Got his vision adjusted a little bit.
Yeah.
And little Brian McCann like with some new optics, and he's been hot and doing well, turning the table over for the lineup.
Fouls this one off. Yeah, we were talking about it during break. 1 through 9, everybody's contributed in this lineup. Everybody's had big games this year. Everybody's 1 through 9. It's just a solid lineup.
Then you got Cole Cohut on the bench.
Yeah.
You got Foster Smith on the bench.
You got dudes who can't get on the field. It's just.
As deep as you can get, and no offense to our guys in 2013, but this squad is built with a deeper staff and a deeper lineup, offensively and defensively. Yeah. So, but man, I hope I like the way we're trending right now.
Yeah. And takes a little something off of that one. It looked like maybe a changeup, and Shockley strikes out. So Decatur's going to go down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the third. They lead 7-3. We'll be right back.
Lee, 8 pitches. Block.
All right, everybody. Top of the fourth inning here at Stephen Decatur. The sun's out. It's still chilly. Ryan McLaughlin, number 8, University of Delaware Blue Hen commit, coming in to pitch. I'm not sure when his last outing was. He's been dealing with some quirky injuries this year. Not too many innings under his belt for the senior, but he's out there right now and feeling good in our biggest spot.
You're talking straight gas now.
Oh, yeah. You're
low 90s.
With a plus breaking ball, so this is, anything can happen, but when you can come in with a weapon like Ryan with a 4-run lead, so that, you want to see, we'll see how long he goes pitch count wise and how he's feeling. We want him to stay healthy, but anyway.
Worry about rust, but.
Yeah, right. But
so some finals?
Yeah, well, we got I don't know if there's some
scores.
Yeah, some score updates. So Parkside High School right now is up 3-2. I'm not, who's Parkside playing? Falston on the road, so right now they're Aiden Brinsfield's on the mound, Salisbury University commit.
All-state,
All-state.
University.
Yeah, they're winning 3-2 at Falston right now. Still it's 5-3. Northern Garrett over Snow Hill High School right now up in Garrett County, Maryland, and our Lady Seahawks are winning.
8-2.
Yeah, 8-2 right now. 8-2.
What's their record? I think they only lost one game, right?
They got one loss.
And then went on a tear and haven't lost since. And,
no, they lost twice.
They lost twice, all right.
Yeah, the first game of the season and the last game of the regular season. Mardella.
Yeah. Mardella's got a squad, man. The 1A road to the state championship definitely goes through Mardella.
Do they play North Dorchester or they're?
Yeah. They played a great game. 4-3. Yeah. Mardella won 4-3 their first matchup. I think that was the Bayside
championship game. Yeah. That's 2 quality softball programs right there.
So McLaughlin on the mound. That means Cobb moves over to short. Loring comes from left field to second base, and Kroll goes from the mound to left field. So batting order doesn't change, only the defensive lineup. And that's going to bring up number 7, Adam McFarland. And immediately he sees what is getting ready to, the next few innings are going to be like straight cheese right there for strike 1. Swing and a miss from McFarland. breaking ball right there.
There's the plus Division I breaking pitch
Did
right
you see
there.
his face? I don't know if he was expressing exasperation at the call or the pitch, but it was like, bro, he just threw 90 miles an hour and then broke something off right at my knees, and then threw 90 mile an hour again.
Yeah. And that's a pitch you want to see right there, 0-2 with Gus and Ryan, though.
Yeah.
Going to the next level. You want to make sure you're not on the plate in swing path 0-2.
Yep.
You want to be competitive but not in the wheelhouse.
McFarland 1 for 1 today. Woo. And he loaded up on that one.
91 on every fastball so far.
Good
So
Lord. McFarland had a single drove in 2 runs for Marriotts Ridge in that big second inning for them. And he strikes out here, looking at a 90 mile an hour heater on the knees, on the black.
a better him than me, bud.
Wow.
And you and me.
Me too.
You're trying to claw back from a 4-run deficit, and the team brings in the 92 guy pumping 92 on the black.
92 on the black.
Yep.
So Trevor Grams, I think he loaded up there when McLaughlin started his windup. It's just.
It's fun to watch, man.
It is.
It's fun to watch.
And Decatur's got 3 of these dudes,
and
man.
it's good to see him healthy.
Yeah,
you know,
it
and
is
I'm
good
sure
to
this
see him
this big confidence builder for him.
And a strikeout there too. And exasperation on Grants, but he's like, I don't know what to do. What do you do? And he's a
You swing hard in case you hit it.
Mechanical engineer going to be next year.
Well, I'm sure he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the
That
answers
looks a
aren't
whole
as
lot better now.
I'd rather go to school for chemical engineering.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Here comes McLaughlin again. Strike one to Jared Over, the leadoff hitter. And what an athlete McLaughlin is. Saw him at Senior Honors Tuesday night, got several awards. Nice to see the baseball guys come in after their game and get some awards. You know, the talent level is just ridiculous, but I say it every game. When you watch the GPAs, the grade point averages, scroll across the bottom of the screen for these players, it's evident that they take their studies seriously too.
Well, that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to use your baseball abilities to earn the best degree that you possibly can.
Yeah.
It's as many great players we've had come out of Stephen Decatur High School over the years. 0 have been drafted into Major League Baseball. That is not always going to be. You want that.
Yeah.
That's the dreams and the goals, but you got to know where you're going.
Well, so much for Rust, man. 3 straight strikeouts from McLaughlin. Middle of the 4th inning, Decatur leads 7-3.
All right, everybody, we're going to come back here. Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-3, Stephen Decatur Seahawks. And wouldn't you know, leadoff man number 6, Waylon Hobgood, is leading us off again.
Hobgood with the grand slam.
Couple big swings.
To put the team in the lead.
Absolutely.
Down 3-2.
Strikingly similar moment-type swings, but hit a little bit farther than my boy Mr. May back in 2013. I mean, he's gone over the big wall now and over the scoreboard in critical moments. So
I knew it was coming. He sits on the curveball there and bounces. That's going to be a tough play for the second baseman. Not going to get him. Hobgood beats it out for an infield base hit. Yeah, I see him on Twitter all the time, Hobgood, putting in work, man. Outside of practice, he's hitting baseballs all the time. On weekends, they get together with guys from all around the area and just really just knew it was coming for him, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And him and his brother Johnny, had tough experience with their father years ago. So you're rooting for these boys, man.
And I'll tell you one of the greatest things. We played Chesapeake, who had the player who lost his father tragically. And those guys met in the middle of the field, Waylon and the player from Chesapeake, and had a moment, and it was just great to see. All the kids at the end of the game came together for a prayer in the middle of the field. And it's just great stuff, man.
That's the most important thing, man. You want to see that.
Yeah.
Fellowship, brotherhood, giving it up to the guy upstairs and thanking him for all of our blessings, even though we do have mishaps and things.
Yeah.
That's what you want to see these boys learn.
Classy moment. I just was really impressed with both teams.
Of a heated rivalry, too.
Right.
Of a long-standing heated rivalry where things of that nature aren't said and done. So just shows you that it's bigger. It's bigger than just baseball is bigger than that. Sports are bigger than that,
Cobb's up. Goes 3-0 here. Yeah, baseball ends for pretty much everybody. It's the lessons like that you take away from it, the real-life moments. That's the good stuff. And that's strike one there from Garmin.
I mean, you got A.J. Cobb, Waylon Hobgood. I mean, with the plus speed, 70 runners, 70, 80 runners. I mean, Terry Gallo was with the Decatur Seahawks. Speed-wise, it comes in mind.
And the throw would not be in time. Was that a strike?
Yes. Oh, no,
it was ball four. Okay. So Cobb will be on. And now you got two fast guys sitting out there for Gus Kroll. Get on the Gus bus. Gus 1 for 2 today. Helped himself last time after his start on the mound. He takes strike one here.
A little look up to the clouds there. I know it looked like he was ready to pull the trigger, just couldn't get it done there on that knee-high fastball. See, Gus, don't be too big. I mean, you got the win factor. Just put a good swing on it. Try and find a gap. There's a healthy hack there by Gus. Now you want to cut down, still moving the barrel, don't be so big, foul some pitches off if you can, win the battle, so to speak, every pitch, win every pitch.
That's popped up down the right field line, first baseman going back, looks like he might have it, and he does.
And hit that, Gus got under that pitch a little bit late too. And it hit that proverbial wall. It looks like it's literally going right down the right field foul line. You get the ball elevated over the height of the middle school, and it's just hitting a flat line wall there and coming back towards the field of play. So that was a heck of a job by the first baseman down there, McFarland.
So that brings us to Lucas Loring. The RBI machine, Lucas Loring. 2 for 2 on the day. Run scored and another RBI to his total. He's got speed on the bases here with 1 out. That was up high too.
Doing a good job seeing the ball and release point out of his hand. Lucas a little more patient here early in the count this at bat. So
2-0 pitch might be something good here. That one's up high for 3-0.
You asked this question a lot. Would you green light him here?
No.
Mr. RBI? Not green lighting. Okay.
So.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't know. That looked like it was on the inside part of the plate.
Okay, yeah. Good take right there. Yeah, that was a good take.
I don't know. I mean, you got McLaughlin coming up next. It'd be fun to have him up with bases loaded. What are you going to do?
Lucas is going to
–
he's going to feel comfortable. He's going to feel comfortable with it. It's no strikes, 2 strikes, 3-1, 0-2.
So it's Garmin's worked it back to 3-2 here. And he fouls that one off. Oh, I don't know what that hit. It didn't sound good, though. Oh, top of the other dugout? Okay, let's go with that. It was a loud crash. That's all I know, man.
All I know is my vehicle's right over there.
Oh, no.
We've been swapping tires left and right here, it seems like, for 6 months.
Mine's way down.
That one might get the van. The grocery getter. Got to give the shout out. I know my wonderful wife has got the TV broadcast down at Aztec Crab House, one of our sponsors. They're live streaming down there.
Right on, man.
For cruising weekend. We're gonna be on the mat, man. I'm telling you.
Yep. And this one's fly to center field and fairly deep. Anderson goes back and he's got it. And Hobgood tags and he's coming to third. The throw is not in time.
A nice job tagging there by Waylon. AJ's still at first base, but you want to see when he's settling under, especially with your speed, seeing AJ, and I see Coach DeBron's down there telling him, when he sees him start to camp and he see Waylon tag, AJ needs to get back a little bit quicker because with his speed, he's standing at second.
He should be standing
at second. Yep.
Nonetheless, it's first and third. Maybe they'll put a play on here. I don't know. 2 outs and McLaughlin up. I don't know if you want to chance it. But like we were saying earlier, it's hard to defend this first and third play in high school baseball because
absolutely. Brian Femi, Todd Lamon, I mean, Rich, these guys, you want to put a play on here.
Yeah.
Put a play on here. You got to keep scoring. It's the state quarterfinal game.
Yeah.
You know, the unwritten rules kind of go out the window with bunting and stealing and stuff. You want, if you can get to 10 runs on a team, you need to get there, no matter what route you take. You know, if it's a scenic route or
and
A to B.
There goes Cobb, fake, and they got him picked. And Hobgood's coming home, but it's not going to matter. That's going to be out number 3 there. Fake move to third. Cobb bid on it, took off towards second. Farrow's going to come out and talk, but that was a nice play there.
It was a good move. You know, you can't be quite as indecisive. You got to take off. So, but I don't know. I'm not sure what they're talking about.
I don't know either.
It looked clean to me from this angle.
I know you cannot do that move anymore in the major leagues, but I don't know about in high school anymore. The fake pick off to third and then the throw back to first.
I don't know. I mean, you might be right, Mike. I don't know if that play is legal. Let's take a look right here. So he pump fakes.
He kind of leaned too toward first base, man. Toward home. Watch him lean it. See that? He leaned toward home before he threw over to first. I don't know, man. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know.
It's not going to matter.
Yep.
It's upheld. So that's out number 3. We're going into the top of the 5th inning. Decatur leads 7-3. We'll be right back.
All right, we got to give credit to where credit is due.
Yeah.
For one of the top baseball guys around here with these top programs.
Yeah.
This was coming from Mid-Atlantic Shockers. We got Dave Wiggum, Todd Lampman, Chris Hudson, all these guys that helped this program do so well.
Right.
Mr. Hudson just sent me a text message and says, it's allowed in high school still.
Yeah.
You have to throw. If you do the pump it, you have to turn and throw back to first base.
Gotcha,
you cannot stride towards third and pump fake anymore. You have got to turn and commit a throw to first.
Gotcha.
But in the big leagues, it's gone.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going on in the big leagues, man? I didn't know Chris Hudson still watching. I thought he was all college baseball guy.
We had him on one of the broadcasts, right?
Yeah, I think so.
We interviewed him. Great guy. And it was a great call.
Him
I don't
Dave,
know if,
they do so much for our kids and their programs around here, man.
I don't know. This is fouled off down the right field line, out of play. But, yeah, I don't know if that call came from the dugout or if the pitcher just did it. But it worked. Super aware. They figured something was going to happen on first and third. Yeah. Why not? That's one of the best ways to defend it.
Sure. And and really, like Coach DeBronze was telling AJ, he really should have been standing on second. On the deep sack.
Agreed.
Deep sack fly. And
those are the little details.
The things he learns, man. It's high school kid.
That can haunt you, but it helps when you got this guy on the mound. McLaughlin.
He got a final for softball.
0-2 here on Griffin Roussel, and we'll have a final on the Decatur softball game just a second after he strikes this guy out. 4 strikeouts in a row for McLaughlin. Decatur softball has gone final. They win 8-2.
15-2.
15-2, I said. 15-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Hughes is a guitar teacher.
Yeah, look,
he's a music guy. He's not a mathematician.
I can't count past 4.
And certainly not as smart as these boys playing for both these baseball teams.
Definitely
myself
not.
And no offense.
Engineers on this Marriotts Ridge team. And that brings up Chase Cameraman, the third baseman. Chase is 1 for 2 today. Chase just saw his life flash before his eyes. The 91-mile-an-hour
up
fastball,
and in.
Up and in.
Up and in. Well, there's a lot of guys, college of I've seen, the velo, man. It's
straight gas.
The way these kids train,
it's crazy.
And obviously God-given, talent is you got to have the genetics for it.
Right.
But the work these kids put in is.
Swing and miss there. He took a healthy hack at it, but
one too little, just a touch late, but not too late. So definitely a good stick for Marriotts Ridge, that's for sure.
Hey, back in the day when I was playing, even strike 3 there, 5 strikeouts in a row from McLaughlin. When I was coaching, playing, you might have one guy on the shore throwing 90, maybe. Decatur has 3 on one team. McLaughlin, Loring, and Berzonski have all touched 90 miles an hour this year.
That's just what the doctor ordered to get to a state championship game.
Yeah.
But like you and I talk about too, I mean, we both caught, for all our listeners out there, if you can't locate it,
right? If you don't know where it's going,
if you have no idea where it's going, 90 plays to nothing.
Yeah.
It takes command of 90.
McLaughlin knows where it's going.
To be successful. Yes, he does.
21 pitches, 18 strikes so far. 22-19 now. I don't know. Ryan was on the pitch limit. I'm not sure if he still is today. It was a 30-pitch limit.
You get out there feeling good, and sometimes those you want those limits to go away.
Yeah.
You want when you're out there and you're towing it up like that and throwing two plus offerings, you don't want it to stop.
1 strike away from 6 straight strikeouts here. And there it is. Strike 3. McLaughlin, 6 straight Ks. Decatur at the end of 4.5, 7-3. We'll be back.
Three pitches. Yeah.
All right, everybody. On in the bottom half of the 5th inning here, still 7-4 Decatur. We've got some changes. Mike, you want to roll those changes out?
Right fielder Griffin Roussel goes to the mound. It looks like first baseman Adam McFarland has gone to right field, and now we drop the DH. Luke Williams-Abrams will come into the field now and play first base. So the DH is gone from the Marriotts Ridge lineup.
And Ryan getting come up, we want to see our offense here, maybe add a couple at least.
Yeah,
you'd like for him to add 20, but you want to. I mean, right now, it's in the 5th inning. If you get 6, you're done. But
yeah.
we talked about it all year. They score in bunches, and they'll come at you so fast and score put a crooked number up that your head is spinning. But what happens is it can be sporadic.
Right.
It can be sporadic. So we wanted to see him have some good at bats, put some good swings on the ball, and chip away and get a couple. Make it 9-3, 10-3, and keep the foot on the gas of a quality Marriott Ridge team.
Yep. So McLaughlin comes up. See if he can help himself out. He's 1 for 2 today. Take strike 1 from Roussel. Take strike 2 there on the inside.
And we talk about, up that velo, coming up and in on you and stuff like that. I see like in the big leagues, some of the, these guys are getting hit now up and in quite a bit, and it's not intentional. They take a lot of the substance that gives these guys grip away because they think they're cheating. I mean, it makes that upper 90s velo.
And swing and miss for McLaughlin. He's down on strikes. Takes a little of his own medicine there, huh?
Yeah.
Out number 1 brings up Owen Kinnair. Owen's 0 for 2. Is he 0 for 3? He's 0 for 2.
0 for 2, 0 for 2. So
looking to get off.
Good at bats, couple Ks, but some good at bats.
Yeah. Like Roussel throwing a little harder maybe than the first 2 pitchers. Maybe 83.
Yeah, athletic kid, looked good out in right field, had a plus arm out there. We saw that in pregame. He got to 85 2 pitches ago.
Did he? Okay, that's what I figured, probably 83 to 85. And Owen yanks this one down the left field line, but that's going to be foul. He's had a few good swings.
Yeah, a little, just a hair, the front side opening up just a little bit, but he's not been late. Timing has been good, so you just want to see him keep that front side closed and use a big part of the field.
Yeah. Breaking ball in the dirt there. Hard break ball. Might be a slider even. I don't know. Threw that pretty hard. Elsewhere, last we heard, Snow Hill down 5-3, way out in Garrett County today. I don't know if they're spending the night or coming home tonight. That's 10 hours on a bus.
That's a tough ask to go win that ball game.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before, and I know it can get tricky with things in states. We talked about it with, who was it? Crofton, not Crofton, but
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake,
Yeah.
with all they went through with the funeral the other day. And,
yeah.
if you got some leeway and had them spend the night or, I know it gets tricky with stuff like that, but going 5.5 away. But look, think about like these big states. I mean, Maryland is from tip to tip. Maryland is big, but I mean, you go out to Midwest.
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
Chris Hudson's son Brian coaching in Florida. I mean, that's probably nothing for them.
That's right. It was Brian we had on it.
Yeah.
My fault. Brian came, sat and hung out with us for an inning earlier this season. Real nice guy. Former Decatur player.
Oh yeah, played several years with him on Purdue Chicks. He was just a great ball player.
So Wade is up. Wade 1 for 2, had that big RBI single. And he pops this one up to shortstop. And that's caught there by Coughlin. Out number 2. Brings up Ryder Swanson. I've gotten his name correct now for several games in a row.
Couple games in a row.
Not said Ryder Sweeney.
And I called him Riley Swanson, so we joked with him and called him Riley Sweeney. So
yeah. Breaking ball down. They stopped by the catcher there. Oh.
With a little tough spot there.
Yeah. He's playing it off pretty well.
And the tools of ignorance, he's and down 4 runs and, doing his part to gets a hug and an apology. I didn't want hugs. I wanted like a sincere apology. You're spiking a breaking ball and I'm catching it in areas that we know are sensitive, that's for sure. So
I like how he played it off. Now I'm gonna go talk to my pitcher here and pretend that
he looks like it. He looks like a catcher.
He does.
He's not,
tough kid.
And just needed a walk, just needed a breather.
Yeah. He's done a nice job back there.
He really has.
Looks like he's got a
solid.
nice arm, blocking balls in the dirt. Batting clean up, right? He's only a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken.
10th grade, man.
1-1 to Ryder Swanson here. That one's outside. He throws down to first, and Owen is back. Owen's father, Ron, back here doing stats for us, giving his son a hard time. He got picked off second base last game.
He's giving me a hard time sharing the booth with him.
Yeah.
Look, I thought we were going to have to get Mr. Seitz to escort him out of here, just leave.
Yeah. Hard ground ball to second. Second baseman throws the first for the third out. So we're going to go to the top of the 6th. Decatur leads 7-3.
All right, we're back. Top of the 6th inning here. Still 7-3 Seahawks. And the wind is still steady.
Still whipping.
Seems like it hadn't turned off here in May for whatever reason. April was warm. We had some 80-degree days.
Yeah.
And I think through Memorial Day, we're like upper 60s, low 70s is high. So my kids are wanting to be at a water park so bad. I mean, we were on the way to school, ride by Frontier Town Water Park every day, and can we go there this weekend? Thankfully, they're still closed, and I'll have to freeze going in there with them. But
Memorial Day they open, I'm pretty sure.
No doubt, a lot of stuff opening up down here.
The season pass there?
I think we're going to hodgepodge. Blake Kennedy and Brooklyn are doing so much. It's awesome to watch them with all their sports, and I know Candace is graduating. Time slows down for no man, buddy.
Exactly. Cadence and I spent a lot of time there when she was young. Gave Mom a break, We got the season pass before everybody started getting them on Black Friday. You can go in there and get the half-price season pass. Spent many days there at Frontier Town Water Park. So Anderson, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. Going into the Marine Reserves. And strike 2 here.
When you hear that, you're talking courageous, brave, and parents, that it can be nerve-wracking for them. So you want to thank them for having that quality young man is willing to go out there.
Those kids, we're talking about. I was talking about senior awards, and those guys who got it last night. In 3 weeks, they're gonna be gone. They don't play around. After graduation, it's like 2 days and you're gone.
Right.
You're at boot camp.
Those kids don't get the fall break.
They don't get the senior week.
Right. I mean,
2 days after graduation, you're at boot camp. It's a crazy thing. Not always, but a lot of times. So Logan Anderson flies us to right. Hopgood's under it. Down to one knee, pulls it in for out number 1. But like you said, that's the first kid to put the ball in play against McLaughlin. Obviously a tough kid.
And that's a good play. I mean, you got behind us here, on the north side of us, it's the sun, it's setting the northwest side. So looking right at Waylon there, and the wind taking the ball away from him. That's not an easy put out right there at all.
No. So that's going to bring up Luke Williams Abrams, who's playing first base now. He looked good on the heater against Kroll. So let's see what he can do here against 90 miles an hour. Going to St. Mary's of Maryland to study environmental science. He touched it, fouled it off. Strike 2.
Big kid, long levers. It's not easy to get to velo when
got to get
trust
it all
me,
moving.
Yeah, right. You got to, and then you get Uncle Charlie there. So
you just shake your head and go back to the dugout, man. Hope that this kid, they limit him to 30 pitches. That's all you can do. So that brings up Jack Coughlin, the shortstop. Coughlin 0 for 2 strikeouts on the day. And he takes a curveball for strike 1.
That's what you're going to see from Ryan there. He's going to throw the breaking pitch. He's going to throw it harder and spike it when he's ahead in the count, but he's going to take a little off, almost slurve it in hitters counts and early in the count. So
hit him there. I was just getting ready to say 33 pitches, 27 strikes, but then he hits the batter. And he took that well too, but man, that's got a smart there in the ribs. It looked like it got him. Not quite a direct hit, thank goodness for Coughlin. But
it was it grazed him, but it doesn't feel good regardless.
No. So McFarland comes up. His second shot against McLaughlin. He struck out his first time up against Ryan. He's 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs.
Especially with pitch count and, coming off, sporadic time on the mound. I want to see him get the ender right here.
Yeah.
Get back in the dugout, 4-run lead, tack on a couple, and hand it over to.
Yeah, I don't know when he pitched last. I think it might have been against. He had a no-hitter against Bennett, right? And that might have been.
I think he threw one other time.
And the bunt hits the batter. Was he in the box? The umpire's saying he was in the box. So That'll just be a foul
Yeah,
ball.
I think they're going to ask because the first base umpire looks like he's ready to punch him out. Like I think he was out of the box. Yeah.
I don't know. See if we can get a replay real quick or not. But Farrah's been out several times today. He's always
he's a fan of umpires. I mean, nicknamed Hoffy Hoffman by our local local TV broadcast.
Here comes the replay right here.
Let's take a look, Mike. Nothing we can see from that angle. Gosh, I mean, what's going on with these angles, man?
Just hitting all our
blind
spots.
We need another camera. We need another camera.
We got one. It's just focused on me and you, unfortunately.
I know. Turn that thing around. Let's take a little bit slower. I mean, feet were definitely moving. Ball, he gets on. It definitely made contact with him. I don't know if he was out of the box, but they're going to say he is.
They called him out. Yep, they called him out. So that'll be out number 3, and Decatur now 3 outs away from heading to the state semifinal for the first time since 2013. 7-3, Decatur leads going to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be back.
I don't care if he's come down here every call or not. We got together, and that's what we told him. You called 4 feet away from the ball. Foul, but I'm standing behind him, behind 2 people. I can't tell where it's 2 feet away.
All right, we're coming back here in the bottom of the 6th. We got score update on the Parkside game. Parkside leading 3-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. Men on first and second, 1 out there for Parkside, trying to hang on and make it to the semifinals in the 2A bracket. Parkside and Decatur played 2 great games this year. Decatur came up short, both of them, the only 2 games they lost. Faced Aiden Brinsfield in both of them, and he's quite a talent, you know.
Yep, SU Coach Brohan's getting a good one with him, that's for sure.
Yeah. So we're always rooting for the Eastern Shore. Hope those guys can hang on. Caden Shockley up. He's down 0-1 quickly here in the 6th inning. Interesting to see who Decatur brings out for the top of the 7th on the mound. They stick with McLaughlin. If it weren't for the early season injury, I think that'd be a no-brainer. But we'll
want to see how he recovers too. You know, he hadn't thrown this much in quite some time, so you know, you keep the pitch count minimum, and then he feels fresh. You know, you want to be able to bring him in again on Tuesday if they hold on. So
super accurate today. So 1-2 to Shockley. And curveball, swing and miss for out number 1. Nice breaking ball there by the pitcher Roussel.
Yeah, he's got good stuff, man. Live arm, quality breaking pitch. I mean, they've done their job. They've held us, you know, one bad inning, and that I mean that's burned them so far.
So Hobgood comes up. Hobgood, the grand slam when Decatur was trailing 3-2 over the left field scoreboard to put them up 6-3, and they haven't looked back. He's got the hole in the pants again. That's a badge of honor he wears a lot of games.
Yes. No fabrication. Am I right?
Yes, I remember that one.
Drilled him.
That one hit him.
Hit him right almost in the pocket where it's ripped.
So Hobgood down to first. A nice day for him. 2 for 3, grand slam home run. He scored. I thought he scored twice. It says he scored once. But now hit by pitch, and he's on with 1 out here. That brings up A.J. Cobb. Cobb on the day 1 for 2 with a run scored. So once again, you know, these top 2 guys all year long have been catalysts. And it continues today.
Speed, you know, speed, I don't say never. I like to say speed rarely slumps.
Rarely slumps.
People get in slumps, whether you're fast, slow. You know, you throw a 92-mile-an-hour fastball or a 45-mile-an-hour breaking ball that a kid I played with named Ryan Blevins threw back in the day. So
Hobgood runs a throw is going to be wide and go into center field, and he's going to be down to third base. That 8th run would be nice.
It would be nice. That's what we talked about. You know, we don't want to see we do. We want to see 5, 6, 7 run innings, but we want to see 1, 2 run innings mixed in. You know, so
yeah, you remind me of Whitey Herzog with the 1985 Cardinals. Were you alive in 1985? You weren't.
No,
were you?
86, man.
My gosh.
86, but I know
85
Herzog,
Cardinals built on speed. Vince Coleman, Willie McGee, Terry Pendleton. At the
Eric
top
Davis
of
on that
lineup.
team?
No.
Okay.
Jack Clark. They had these 3 guys, Ozzie Smith.
Yeah. Bip Cobb, Bip
Squares.
Roberts. Was Bip Roberts on that team?
I'm not sure. Had a bunch of left-handed.
Terry Steinbach, was he catching that, or was it Oakland?
It could be. Steinbach was Oakland, I think, but that team was built all on speed, man. Bunch of left-handed pitchers, good left side of the infield. They knew they'd get right-handed batters pulling the ball to the left side of the infield. Interesting. One of the interesting teams built just in a specific way to win, and I think they won the World Series in 1985.
Wow. Yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah. So Cobb down 0-2. He fouls this off out of play.
Well, I've been seeing highlights and saw him in his later years, obviously watching. But, you got Ricky Henderson.
Oh, my gosh.
Talk about the speed
130
and power
stolen
combo
bases in a season. I can't even – it doesn't make sense. Cobb fouls that one off, too. Looked like he took our camera out there for a second.
That'll never be touched. That stolen base record will never be touched.
130 stolen base. That's ridiculous.
I don't think you'll see Cal Ripken's number touched either. Consecutive games. These guys are.
Not. No. And that's grounded to third base. Hobgood holds, throw to first, and Cobb was out.
Hey, he hit it on the screws, so you can't ask for more than that. But with a runner on third, literally and the infield in especially, but you want to try and stay away from hitting the ball to third base. And AJ knows, and he got the barrel there, just got the barrel there a little too quick.
Yep.
Which is weird to say because you always want to have the barrel moving.
Right. So here's Kroll. Takes ball 1. Yeah, I got Ricky Henderson's rookie card, man. I'm quite sure that it's worth something good.
Yeah, it's just sad. And it's Oakland A's, man. They're leaving. Going to Vegas.
Well, they're saying they're averaging like 4,000 people a night, which is just terrible.
But you read the stuff, and they're the owners that they've got right now. Just, it's criminal, really, what they've done to that organization.
Agreed. Yeah. So Kroll, it's 3-0 to him.
I want to see what play old Hoffman. What's Hoffy pulling out of his hat over there? He's wearing green shoes today. Oh
man. Kroll, they gave him the 3-0 green light, man. I like it. Fouls it off though. So it'd be 3-1. Still a good hitter's pitch here. Yeah, local news network put Hoffy Hoffman on the screen when they.
I wish we could flash that. I wish we could. Well, how do we not have that ability to flash that on the broadcast here?
That looked like it was on the inside corner, but it's called a strike.
Got to flush it and reset.
Yeah.
Flush it and reset. That's a good take. You're throwing that. Well, if it was wooden bat, you're throwing it in it's kindling if you're swinging a pitch like that.
Yeah. So 3-2 here with 2 outs now. Fastball in, and that's ball 4. Kroll down to first. That brings up the RBI machine. Lucas Lauren.
And Lucas is the one you want to see come up here, you know, with 2 outs and a chance to drive in and, you know, get that 5-run deficit.
Yeah.
You know, because that eliminates, you know, the grand slam, game time grand slam, as rare and lower percentage as that could be, but it takes it out of the question.
Yeah.
So you wait to see this,
So we'll see if
get this
something
runner in
happens
here.
again. Loring with a line to the center.
He
That's
did
in
it.
there. He did it. 8-3 now. Decatur leads. And, man, what a season that kid's had. 3 for 4 today. 2 RBIs. Gives him like 33 or 34 on the season.
That's something, you know, and you don't want to take anything away from Ryan because he is an absolute threat with a stick just like he is on the mound. But in terms of what, you know, how they were both going today, you almost want Lucas put on there, you know, with, especially with 2 outs. Nice job by Lucas.
Yeah. And McLaughlin here might be able to do a little more damage. Runners on first and second.
Yeah, the old hitting coach with post 64 Legion days back in the day. He always said with 2 out RBIs, the first fastball, Joe Taylor was his name, the first fastball you saw around the zone with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, you were attacking.
Yeah.
Then you go back, you know, then you go to grind. But he wanted your best swing on the first fastball you saw around the zone with runners in scoring position, especially with 2 outs.
And there's a strike. So 2-1. Just another shout out. You know, as we come to the end of this game, David Dotson, what a job Dave Dotson's done to make all this possible. Some of this he's paid for out of his own pocket. You know, 3 camera angles, 2 commentators, stats out. You know, you can't. There's not a stat you can't find here. Is McLaughlin pulls this one down the third baseline, and that will score another run, make it 9-3 Decatur. McLaughlin pulls in with a double. But yeah, Dave Dotson, just a great job. He and Ron Kinnear come out here every day and set all this stuff up. We just hop on. And
yeah, I mean, this stuff, it doesn't just appear out of thin air, you know.
And it's great. You know, it uploads, it goes right to Facebook and Twitter where, you know, college coaches can see these highlights, or family members who can't be here can see these highlights. They just do a great job. Really appreciative that they asked me to sit in here and talk a little bit on these games, and it's been great stuff. So
Waylon's brother, Johnny Hobgood, going to pinch run for McLaughlin here. Nice job by Ryan. You know, you want to.
Had Johnny in class for 2 years at my. No, I think it was 1. I had him in 7th grade year. Nice kid.
Johnny's going to be roaming the outfield here for quite some time here over the next several years. So I should say a lot of innings out there over the next several years, that's for sure.
So Kinnear up, takes the ball. Loring on third, Hobgood on second. Hobgood already thrown in the 80s, only a 10th grader. Looked like he'd been taking some reps as a quarterback too. I've seen some video of him on the football field in the offseason. That one's a strike on the knees on the inside of the plate, and it's 1-2 with 2 outs now.
Owens due, man. He had some tough luck for, you know, a couple games, and then now he's been swinging the ball, just taking really good cuts. So he's really due to barrel one up here.
Yeah. That one curves just outside. 2-2.
Parkside held on.
We got a final for Parkside. They hold on to win 3-2. So Parkside will be in the state semifinals coming up next week. State 2A semifinals, Decatur in 3A. That was wide too. So now it's 3-2 full count.
And Roussel, it's got a light, tight spin on that. It's like a slider.
Yeah.
You know,
he's shown the
10
ability.
o'clock to 10. You know, 10 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock. It's really late. It's just starting a little too soon out of the hand.
And that's popped up to left field. Left fielder's coming in and makes the catch for out number 3. But Decatur pushes across 2 insurance runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. They are 3 outs away from the state semifinals, folks. We'll be back in just a minute to see if they can close it out.
3 outs and a trip to the state semifinal.
Yes, sir.
First time since 2013.
Yep.
Funny, I'll do a real quick story about that. So 2013, the state semifinal, we unfortunately lost on a walk-off to La Plata High School. In the middle of all that, my wonderful wife got hit sitting in the bleachers with a line drive from the game. It came through the batting cage and crossed the whole bleachers and hit my wife sitting beside my grandmother behind home plate and knocked her out cold.
Oh, my gosh.
She gets transported to the University of Maryland Medical Center. I didn't know. And then we lose on a walk-off, but before I could even, my head was spinning, they were taking me to Baltimore to go see her. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. So we got a pinch hitter, junior Zach Vernick comes up now. Vernick swings and misses at strike one. McLaughlin does come out for the top of the 7th. He's been untouchable. I think only one player has touched the ball, and Vernick swings and misses here at strike 2. McLaughlin 3 innings, 7 strikeouts, so I guess 2 people have touched the ball. I only remember 1 fly out to right field. And that curveball looked pretty good. It's dirty. McLaughlin, 38 pitches, 31s for strikes.
You know, we've got velo. We need spin rate in here.
And Vernick fouls it off.
Dave Dodson's telling me, hold on. He says he says he thinks he can get spin rate. If we've had spin rate this long, and I have not have been able to sound like I should be on MLB Network talking about spin rate.
And Vernick flies us to right field. Hobgood's coming in for it and drops it. And Vernick's on. So second time out there in right field that Hobgood struggled, that wins. And
a little indecisive Whalen out there today. He's floating, you know, with that plus speed. He's not moving his feet. So you're going to want to see that, and it's a tough ask today for sure.
It is.
But I'd almost rather see him go 3/4 speed and leave his feet on a slide, you know, than float and battle it the whole time. You know, it's a tough play though.
So we got another pinch hitter now, Luke Galloway Jr. coming up. 4 pickoff move. Oh, that had him. I think if that was on the bag, he might have had him. Nobody out here. Runner on first.
Don't want to overthrow here. Coming to the top of their order, you want to get a ground ball, double play.
Yeah.
That's exactly the pitch you're looking for right there. Slow the heart rate down. Sight target at the knees, get a ground ball.
Strike 2 there.
Quick final, Mike, from Snow Hill, our Worcester County brethren down the road. They lost 6-3 in Northern Garrett. Great season for Coach Lampman and the Eagles down there.
These guys.
And they hung in there on a long bus. I mean,
it's a tiny, tiny school. You're talking 320 kids or something like that.
Sure.
Tiny school, and they managed to be competitive year in and year out. It's just a real credit to the program they run down there. So Galloway went down on strikes, and that brings up number 14. I don't have on my roster. Yes, I do. It's Frank Rhodes. All right, Frank Rhodes is the only senior we hadn't talked about. Frank Rhodes going to University of Maryland, material science and engineering double major.
That's amazing.
That is. I don't even know what material science is.
No. None at all.
I have no clue.
We need some more material in this booth, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We need some material science to keep this thing moving.
He fouls that one off. Strike 2 now. McLaughlin 3 1/3, 8 strikeouts, no hits. Hit a batter. Batter reaches on the error. Rhodes fouls that one off over to the middle school.
Generator room.
Yeah, man.
You get a hold of Mr. Barton over there. Get a key. Get a key.
And he's hanging, man. A little
Telling
shot
you.
over there.
I'm telling you. I tell you, look,
Everybody in
that
the dugout
ball
scatters.
skimmed the scalp of Jason the janitor. He has no hair to begin with. He has less hair,
Yeah.
if that's even possible. Because I'm telling you what, he was inches away from a trip to AGHER. I can tell you that.
Oh, just missed there. Let me just make sure.
We're ending our broadcast here for the season coming up. That was a miss right there on that breaking
we
pitch.
can say that?
We can say
All
it.
right.
That was a flat-out miss.
You know what? I did not get Austin Wagner, a senior, going to UMBC next year. He's also majoring in engineering. So Austin hasn't gotten in the game today, but I did want to make sure I hit all these guys. Like I said, I think I got everybody. And he's down on strikes. I don't think I said that Griffin Roussel, the guy who's pitching, is going to Allegheny Community College to play baseball.
Awesome,
so
awesome,
he is going on to the next
He's
level.
a ball player, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Had a great year and did a great job coming in.
Yep. So
got a little tired.
Here is Austin Wagner, who I just spoke about. Senior comes up to the plate as the final shot here with 2 outs in the bottom or the top of the 7th.
You know, you never wanted to make the last out. You never wanted to do it.
It feels terrible.
I mean, laser focus with when you're up with 2 outs and down.
Yeah. Pops this one up on the first base side. Wade coming over, Swanson coming over, and it lands just out of. No, it landed in play. Just around the corner of the dugout there. So Wagner gets new life here.
No, that's where that landed. It's in play. It's on that, right on that L there. That's a tough play. Wynn brought that back. It was out.
Right. Yeah, around the corner for Swanson. He had to go around the corner of the fence. Maybe an easier play for Wade, but that was a long way for him to go too. So there's strike 3. That's going to do it, folks. Decatur, 9-3 victors today. They're going to the state semifinals for the 3A level for the first time since 2013, only the second time in program history. Just a great comeback after going down 3-0 in the top of the second. They storm back with 7 runs, add 2 more in the 6th. They win 9-3 on 12 hits, 2 errors. Marriotts Ridge, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Anything you want to say here at the end, man?
I just want to thank everybody, especially you, Mike Hughes.
Bro,
it was wonderful.
Awesome.
It was wonderful. We'll see how lucky. We'll see if we get lucky to take this show on the road or not, or if we just get to go.
Yeah.
You know, we could.
If not,
it's been awesome, and thanks to everybody else who's hopped in the booth this year. You know what I mean?
So
look,
you can see on the screen, Decatur wins, and they'll move on to face the winner of River Hill and North Hagerstown. It's River Hill.
River Hill. Tough program, man. I'm telling you, that's going to be one to watch. If you can get up the road on Tuesday, please do so, because it doesn't happen often getting here, but I can tell you that. I mean, think 2013. That's about a decade ago. A decade ago.
All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it. We're not pulling any interview, right? We're going down. We're shutting her down for the season. We'll see you guys in the fall. Me and my buddy Tyler Riley, myself, will be back in the booth for the football games on Friday nights.
Yeah, Friday nights, man. That'll be fun. We're gonna trust us, everybody. If you're still listening right now, we're gonna get our work in. This summer.
We'll learn some football.
We're going. The basic knowledge. I want to know. I don't want to be Chris Collinsworth.
Right,
no offense, Chris.
Oh, come on.
No offense, Chris, but you are the bane of my existence. You hated on my. He didn't want the Eagles to win it in 2017, man.
No comments. No comments here.
Yeah, Dave's not a Romo fan.
Oh, Romo? I
hate
used
to
to
say it,
love
but
Romo,
I hate him
man.
I did not like him as a player. He wore that star.
I
But
used to love him, and you're exactly right. He was so good. Like, he would sit there and be like, "Oh, I think they should throw an out here," and they throw an out. Man, it was like, wow, that dude's awesome. But he's kind of lost it.
He has a little bit, So
he got that big contract. And
he did.
That's probably what's going to happen to us.
I think so.
Get that big contract.
If we're on NBC, let me tell you. It feels like it, though. It's really fun. Thanks for listening to us, everybody.
All right, we'll catch you guys in the fall. Hey, if you can get up to the game, root for Decatur. If not, I'm sure it'll be on the SDHS Sports Facebook or YouTube page. You can watch from home and cheer these boys on. What a great season they've had. They go to 20-2, 20 wins. That'll be all for us from Stephen Decatur High School.